What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining me tonight. This is Roger, Working Man Cigars, and I'm gonna be smoking the Opus X Angel. Oh, why does it look so dark? Opus X Angels Share. So lately I've been wanting to get my Opuses out of the way. Obviously I really want to smoke them. Beautiful cigar, man. I was waiting. I told the story a million times where I smoked this on Father's Day. The draw was bad. The draw is good on this one. And I always remember how sweet it was right off the bat. And not like sweet as in, I used to hear people say a cigar was sweet and I used to think it was gonna be actually sweet, but there's like a sweet note to it. Something that hits your flavor notes that reminds you of the sweetness. And this, no pepper whatsoever. Smooth retro hell. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. To me, it's got like a fruity note, It's so good. It is. This last one was good, but it was also kind of muted, like not much flavor. The first two puffs were very flavorful. This one a little bit less. I'm just pissed off because the freaking cap, the cap is messed up, and like I'm paranoid. I like to bite on my cigars. I'm not gonna be able to do that with this because the cap is cracked from the top all the way down to the band. I don't think you're gonna be able to see it, but maybe you can. There you go, right there. I mean, at this point, you just gotta enjoy it, because I thought I'm not gonna keep on letting it get worse or risk it. So that kind of like toasty marshmallow note that I get sometimes in some cigars, I'm getting that now, but very, very faint. So that's what sweetness to me always hits. It's either that or the dried fruit or a fruity note. Even a light floral note will seem kind of fruity, sweet to me. And then there's a really like leather, earth, like really dark flavors. But I'm starting to notice that a lot of the cigars when I taste a sweet note, it's instantly in my head like that toasty marshmallow kind of thing clicks. But this one's very light. Like if the marshmallow was not very toasted, not very burnt. Which the other one, some of them, even though they're like the saber tooth, was a burnt. Like if you burnt that thing to a crisp and the outside was completely charred, but you still got the inside melted like marshmallow. That's what it kind of reminded me of. This one's almost no charring, no anything, just very sweet. Some people say this is a boring cigar. If you like Opuses, and a lot of Opuses can be very strong and punchy, or at least, you know, have some pepper. This one doesn't. Neither did the 20th. The 20th was very good. The burn's a little bit wavy. I'm gonna touch it up. It was pretty windy today. Luckily, it calmed down a little bit right now. So that's good, but it was very windy today, which I was worried about shooting this video today, but I really wanted to smoke this cigar. But the last time that this had a bad draw, when I smoked it on Father's Day, I believe that was also because it was not humidified properly. That's when I was putting cigars in a jar and I was putting Boveda packs, but I never checked them. I always thought they're in there, they're fine. If they're in there, they're good. You know, I used to buy from the B&M and smoke right away. And from the B&M, I have a few different B&Ms. One of them, they're gonna be super humidified. Like I have to go in there very often to find new cigars, because if they're in there for more than like 2-3 weeks, they're getting plume and stuff in them. So that place, it's always over humidified. Then there's my local B&M that I usually go, and that place is legit. Cedar walls, good humidifiers, like industrial kind, not like the ones you buy at Walmart, like good stuff. You never see any smoke blowing around. You don't even hear it. It's just that room is set, and they have humidity meters everywhere. But it is set at 70, right? Because these guys are old school guys, and it's 70 is a standard. So I used to grab cigars from my B&M and just smoke them. I used to grab them. Then whenever I was working, if I grabbed a few of them, one for later, one to put away, one for a few of them take home, and one to smoke like during the day if it's slow. And I would do that. And sometimes I remember smoking the J.C. Newman, the Julius Caesar. The first time I smoked it, I'm like, this cigar's not that good. Everybody says it's really good. It's not that good. This one has that weird aftertaste that I don't like, that a lot of cigars have. And then I smoked one way later with my brother-in-law, and it was really good. And I remember I was like, this is not the same cigar. Damn, I guess it's just dependent on, you know, how I thought it was just dependent on a batch. That batch must have been bad. But that was way before I knew about humidity and how it affects the taste and the draw and a lot of the smoking experience. I'm interested to see how the flavors shift, because the flavor is the tasting notes are still pretty consistent. Nothing has changed much, but it is now there's like a little bit of a little bit of like that. There's a little bit of an aftertaste that's good. Not a bad aftertaste, it's a good one. I just can't put my finger on what it is, but it's getting a little bit of that. But other than that, it's stayed consistent from light up till now. So I like the way it tastes, but I am hoping that it shifts a little bit and gives me a little bit different, which I'm sure it will. It's a pretty long cigar. So I'm gonna go ahead and smoke this down a little bit, and then I'll check back in once I'm getting into the second third. This Opus X Angels Share. I love this cigar. I knew, like, in my mind, I always thought, man, if only it didn't have a bad draw. Oh man, that cigar, if only it didn't have a bad draw, it tasted great. And I always remember thinking, oh, when I smoke it again, when I smoke it again. And now that I'm finally smoking it again, it is very enjoyable. Very light, you could retrohale half of this draw and it's not gonna mess with your sinuses. It's not gonna do anything. Very good, enjoy it very much. So I'll go ahead and check back in once I'm getting to the second third. All right, what's up guys? So I'm still not into the second third. You can see here, I barely got into it, but here's one of the reasons why I don't keep the ash. I have been drawing on it consistently. It's been smoking okay, but out of nowhere, I got like a harsh bitter taste. And I thought, man, that's weird. So, and I know this taste already. This is the taste when like the cigar's starting to go out and I take a draw. So, I mean, it's not like you guys are gonna know that I've been drawing on it, but I mean, you can't see the smoke, but it tastes nasty when it starts to die down and you're just drawing that bitter smoke. So that's why I killed ash. But before I rolled it off, because I normally just roll it off, I wanted to, damn, the ash was hard. Like I had to like fucking, damn. The ash was not gonna, I could have been fucking doing, what's that thing with the light, not the lights, not a light show. The thing with the little, with the tail, you guys know what I'm talking about. The good thing is the wrapper's holding up, the cap is holding up pretty well. So I'm happy about that. Damn, I just burned the crap out of the cigar. There we go, see? Way better. And that's why I like to ash it, roll the ash off, and then keep it in it. It must be that I'm smoking too slow though, because I have seen people like, I'm sure you guys watch Smoke One if you have one. Eric Tran. Dude's freaking hilarious, man. And not, did I say, I know I said this before. I just don't know what I edit out of the videos. But that dude's hilarious, man. He's funny on accident. He's not even trying to be funny. He's just funny on accident. I'm getting a little bit more pepper now. A little bit. It was non-existent to now a tiny, tiny bit. But he will have ashes that are like long, man, long ashes. And he keeps smoking fine. He did a video with another guy named Martin, and they were both smoking the same cigar next to each other, kind of like doing a dual review. Super cool idea. And when he was doing that, Martin's ash fell off and like twice, and Eric's ash was still on. So I guess it's the way you smoke. I think the way you smoke, you can either control the ash, not have it fall off. But see, he was smoking his slower. and he was still getting smoked. So I don't know if I just set it down for too long, because when I'm not like trying to do like an overview of a cigar, I tend to work. I tend to be on my tablet. I tend to be responding to messages. I tend to be trying to make shorts. Making shorts sucks, man. It takes forever. If I'm trying to do that, then I guess I'm not really focused on the cigar too much, and I tend to not smoke it as quickly, and I guess it starts to die. Maybe that's why. Still same tasting notes, still very, again, I haven't smoked much of it. Still very good, very, that like sweetness towards the end. Now I'm getting a little bit more of a floral note. I'm getting a bit more of a floral note, that floral note towards the end, which I do enjoy. But overall, very good cigar. A little bit more pepper now. Even in my palate, I can taste a little bit of like that spiciness from the smoke that's left in your mouth. So it's starting to pick up the heat a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna keep smoking this thing down, and then I'll check back in. I don't know if you guys have ever seen those reviews, those dual reviews. Those things are freaking cool, man. It's like again, smoke one if you have one. If you guys don't watch his channel, check his channel out. It's freaking funny. And then there's Tony, the soy sauce assassin. These guys will both review the same cigar, and the videos will publish the same day. And it's interesting to see, these guys both have very intricate palates. They smoke a lot of cigars. I think they smoke like every day. So they know their cigars, they know what they like, and they'll smoke $60, $70 cigars, and they don't say they're good just because, you know, I think these guys can actually tell the difference. Just like Cigar Hound Dog and Master Ash, them two, they will smoke a $50 cigar and not like it, but then smoke a $8 cigar and think it's great. So there's this whole thing about reviewers not being honest, which I don't know how or why that would be the case. It just got really quiet out here. It freaked me out right now. I already look like a weirdo sitting in my front yard, like with a bunch of lights and talking out loud, because you can hear everything. I can hear my neighbors when they're talking. So it's weird. I can hear that baby like down the street in the corner. So yeah, if you guys are actually debating buying a cigar and you don't know whether you should or not, my videos aren't the best for that, because I don't have very good, like, I'm not gonna tell you, if you like certain tastes, I'm not gonna be able to, if you like certain flavors, I'm not gonna be able to tell you, oh, this one has that flavor. All I can do is tell you whether I liked it or not, like I have been doing, whether I would buy it and whether I recommend it. But if you guys know, I usually tend to recommend everything just because I think it's good to smoke everything once to see if you like it. So you're not really gonna get an honest, like, answer, or not honest answer, but like a definitive answer from me. But when you watch those other people's like reviews, guys like Cigar Hound Dog or any of the guys from the New Wave crew, or like Smoke Whenever You Have One, or Soy Sauce Assassin, you watch their videos and you'll see that you'll get a true sense of what that cigar has. But taste is subjective. They may hate it and you may love it, because Eric and Tony, when they do those dual reviews, one will love the cigar and one will hate it. It's just, that's how it goes. All right, so here I am into the second third. Cigar is smoking great. I have been smoking it consistently, so it's still smoking well, but it is, you know, the long ash on certain cigars, I think it's like the thinner ring gauge cigars is where the ash affects me for taste. Some people seem to smoke it and it's fine, but for me, the long ash seems to be an issue. Still has this one's getting a little bit of a longer ash, and it's still smoking really well. So as long as it's smoking well, I'm gonna keep the ash on there. But man, this ash, like, look, imagine if it fell. It feels stupid, but dude, this ash is like, I mean, it's good. It's packed. This cigar is packed tight, and luckily the cap where it was cracked, I licked it down a little bit and let it set, and now it's like pretty solid. Because at first, when I was taking the draw and I would pick up my lips, it was picking up it was flapping the wrap a little bit. So I'm glad it's not doing that anymore. Such a good cigar. Still though, not very complex in taste. I'm getting a little bit of the similar taste. Now I'm getting a little bit of strength. I'm getting a tiny bit of pepper now, and now I'm getting a little bit more of that charred taste, a little bit more of a cedar taste. a little bit more of cedar wood with that sweetness, with that like marshmallow sweetness. Not that much of that sweetness anymore. It is starting to get pretty cedar heavy for me, but now it's transitioning more from a sweetness to like a, I don't know how to explain it, but it's a good taste. It's a good flavor. If I can think of what it is, and I'll let you know. But just for me, it's good. This is good. The tasting note is good. Yeah, see that retro hell now is a little bit more cedar heavy, but it's also a little bit more flavorful. The first ones were nice, but to be honest, it started to get a little bit boring because it was like I could retro hell the whole freaking half of the draw, no burning, no sinus issues, and now I'm starting to get it, but I'm also getting a little bit more flavors with it too. It's also smoking quite a while. It's smoking for quite a bit. I moved my setup a little bit, like I said, to try to fit my light that I made too high, and it's just, man, it's hard getting this stuff down, this YouTube stuff down. There's a YouTube channel. Again, this is a new YouTube channel, Cigar Side Chats. Super clean setup. Like this dude looked like he'd been doing YouTube forever. He's got like a super nice setup. His videos, if you like my videos, you'll like his because his videos are better than mine. Like super clean and like crisp video. Like I don't know how he gets the camera so far away, but still so. Yeah, it's like you guys don't care about that stuff probably, but it's cool. I'm sure there's people also like Pig Jimmy, right? This is what they do, so they're able to dial in their cameras and their lights and all that stuff. This retro hell now, it's getting a little bit more punchy and a little bit more of that charred cedary type of, and I am getting a little bit of that sweetness still. This kind of reminds me of the Frenchie, of the Romacraft Frenchie. So I was gonna say, if you want to save money instead of having to buy an Angel Share, buy a Frenchie, but you can't find a Frenchie anywhere anyway, so it's not like you can pick those up. There's another YouTube channel. I feel like these overviews are just me talking about other YouTube channels that I watch. But there's another new guy. He's been doing it longer than me. I think he's got quite a bit of viewers. It's called Sigmondo. Damn, I hope I'm saying it right. Sigmondo. I brought his name up before in videos. He was just doing a video about, he's doing something called like a cigar journal where he goes over like the cigars he smoked for the week, because trying to review one cigar, he doesn't want to go and taste and try to figure out the tasting notes, because he says it kind of ruins the experience for him. And I completely feel him on that, because if I'm sitting out here, even working, if I'm distracted, if I'm typing up an invoice summary or typing up estimates, but I'm smoking a good cigar, it's not like you're so distracted that you're not able to enjoy the cigar. It's not like that. It's like you're working and you take a draw and you're like, oh, that's a good cigar. It tastes very good. You get stuff like that. But when you're trying to get a tasting note and you can't pick up anything different, you feel this pressure of like, damn, like, I got to pick something else up, but I'm not tasting anything different. And then you try really hard, and it's like I'm taking a test all over again. I feel like it's a test. Like I'm in school and I'm taking a test and I don't know the answer and I'm failing the freaking test. And nobody wants to do that when they're enjoying a cigar. They don't want to be reminded of being in class and how dumb they were. So it's like, it's a good cigar. What can I say? Angel Share. I had said it was good. It's good. Buy one. I think for the Opuses, I don't know if they are cheaper or it's just cheaper in my area, but I don't think so. I think my B&M, the prices reflect kind of the general market online and stuff. I say try it. I say buy these. If you want to try an Opus, try this one. If you've never smoked an Opus, because I think this one's cheaper. It's going to be around the same price as the Lost City, because the Lost City and this one are around the same price. I've never smoked the Lost City, but I haven't heard good things. I haven't heard that it's a good cigar. So smoke this one, Angel Share. It's going to be good. I think you'll like it. Most of you, not everybody. Good. Tasting note, good. Now, if you were to ask me, is this worth $40? I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say I think it's worth 40. To smoke all the time, like as a once a week kind of smoke, no. To experience it and to maybe have a few, like to buy those 3-finger packs that cost like 120 bucks, 130 bucks online when you can find them. I think they're worth it, and they're worth, my opinion, right? In my view, they're worth buying and having around for when you want to give it a try, when you want to smoke one, you know, when you want to smoke something extra special, and you don't want to go and spend 80 bucks or $100 on you know, a really good Opus or a really good Davidoff. You know, you want to smoke something cheaper, but that's just really special or just as good, besides your favorite, but you want to try something new, then I would say try this one. I would choose this one over the, man, I shouldn't say that because I haven't smoked them. And not everybody likes lighter cigar. This is a lighter cigar. If you like Maduros, you probably won't like this one more than the Fuente or the Forbidden X. But the Forbidden X, I think they're like 80 bucks, right? My prices. In my area, my price is 80 bucks. And when you watch reviews on Opuses, they say they're strong. People say that they're strong. People say that they're pretty punchy. They got a lot of pepper and they have a strong tobacco taste. And everybody says the Angel Share is the one that's like toned down the most. So if you like kind of toned down cigars and stuff, then I would say this one. Try this one. The only way you're gonna know whether you like them or not is to try them. So try them, you know, support the store. They're gonna sell them no matter what, but just if you happen to have a B&M that has them, I mean, support your B&M, local B&M, buy one of these, give them a try, because I think you'll like it. It may not be worth the best cigar. You may not think, damn, this cigar was not worth it. Let me ask you guys a question, right? If you always spend $15, $18 on a cigar, at the most you spend is 18, 20 bucks on a cigar, and you were to buy this one for 40 bucks, if it wasn't the best cigar you ever had, would you feel like it was a waste? Would you feel like it was not worth it? That's kind of where my head goes as a question to you guys. Would you feel that it was a waste, that you could have just bought two Brulees or two Plasencias, which Plasencias in my area are like $28, $30, so I don't know how much they cost online. But you have to ask yourself that, right? Like, damn, I could have bought two Plasencias, I could have bought two Brulees instead of bought this one. Like, would you consider it a waste, or would you be like, well, it was good, it wasn't the best, but I wouldn't buy it again, but it's a waste of money? Like, that's a question I would ask you guys, right? So in the comments, if you can put that down, let me know if you guys, what you think. If you're spending double what you normally spend on a cigar, that you consider a good, like, special cigar, like that you're gonna, like $20 on the higher end of you wanting to enjoy something really good, then would spending 40 be a complete waste for you to try a cigar for the first time? Especially something like an Opus that is very limited and kind of like, you know, kind of, I don't want to say bougie, because people smoke these all day, every day. But when I also post how much they cost, people do always comment like they're not worth it, right? So that's a common thing that's out there. I hope I'm not putting things out there trying to act like these cigars are super like. So now you see the ash right here? I'm gonna ash it because I don't like the way it's smoking. So, damn, a stupid sign. I think that's what's messing up the. I'm gonna ash it. Let's see if it. Damn, this thing's fucking solid, man. I'm gonna ash it though. No, it took quite a bit of force to ash that. And prior to this, I did touch it up quite a bit. All right, guys, I'm gonna check back in the last third, and like I said, it's been a good cigar, very flavorful. It has been pretty consistent, not a lot of flavor shifts for me. The 20th anniversary, things kept popping into my head, like boom, boom, like that cigar did not make it difficult to pick up tasty notes because it was such a good cigar. Very ton of shifts. That has been my favorite Opus. I used to think it was the Angel Share. I would still buy the Angel Share over that more often just because it's half the price, and it is very good. Almost as good as the Sabertooth, but the Sabertooth is like 18 bucks. But the 20th isn't also something I would want to smoke all the time, because it was a bit rich, very satiating, very rich cigar. So it's not something I would want to smoke all the time. But this one right here is light enough. It's changing a bit. It's changing, getting a little bit punchier, getting a little bit more of that charred cedary taste. No leather, nothing that strong, but it is shifting enough to where it's giving you a little bit different. But it's not a super exciting cigar either. It's like punching your face with flavor, which the first one I smoked, I did feel like that, but I didn't get this far with the last one that I got because of the draw. All right, guys, so cigar is pretty much done, down to the nub. It's been an enjoyable cigar. I mean, I haven't been checking in that much with it, but it was really good. You know, at first I thought this cigar wasn't very complex, didn't have that much, not in a bad way, right? It was consistent, a little bit complex, and it started having some little bit, it was the same flavors, but they just got a little bit more intense. But the shorter it got, obviously, like most cigars, you get a little bit more of that smoke that's going through, and it's not bitter, because some cigars get bitter, but this one just got stronger, ramped up in strength, which is normal for most cigars. But that 20th, that Opus 20th anniversary, that one didn't do it. That one stayed pretty, like the smoke stayed clean all the way till the end. It was crazy. This has been a very good cigar. Got a little bit pepper heavy towards the end, but it did dip down a little bit. Not like the 20th anniversary was what Cigar Hound Dog considers a crescendo cigar, and that one kind of just kept getting better and better, and like, oh, and this one started off good, got better, and then the last third, it did dip down quite a bit. So able to smoke quite a bit of it and not getting it's not very punchy, not very strong, so I'm able to smoke the whole thing and not feel any type of nicotine. In my other videos, if you notice, because they're so long, towards the end of the video, I'm like back here, kind of like, every time I'm editing, I'm like, why did I crash so bad? Why are my eyes so red? But this one didn't seem to really do it. Really good cigar, really good cigar. I will say, if you like I do notice that I get a lot of comments on like the Opus X videos that I've been doing. So if you guys like Opus X reviews, you guys should, there's a few of them out there. And people that I like to watch is like Smoke One If You Have One, Eric. He does a lot of Opus reviews. He has a ton of Opuses. That's somebody, I'll ask him, like, what kind of Opus do you like? Because he smoked like almost all of them. And then Soy Sauce Assassin Tony, he smokes a lot of Opus. Cigar Hound Dog has a lot of Opus. And I know Michael Prisdell, Master Ash, has a ton of Opuses. I just think they're more like, I think those guys are like more responsible with their, I don't want to say responsible because you should smoke them, but they're really good at aging their stuff. When, like, I think I asked Michael Prisdell when he's going to smoke a cigar that he had, and he's like, I'll probably smoke that down the line. He's had it for like 2 years, and I'm like, man, I can't. Every time I open my humidor to choose to start putting some away for that week, I see the Opuses, and I'm like, I want to smoke them. I've been experimenting with them lately, trying to find out which ones are good, which ones are not, and just to start trying to figure out which ones of these fit my tasting profile. And that way, if any of you guys see and seem to like the same cigars that I like, you'll know, like, okay, if he likes that cigar, maybe I'll like it too. Maybe, because it always doesn't always transit like that. It got really cedar heavy towards the end. It lost that marshmallow kind of sweetness that the Sabertooth kept the whole time, and the one that the 20th kept the whole time. This one lost the sweetness. No leather, for me, no coffee, like hard, strong taste, just a floral note. It got cedar heavy, and that's kind of what I'm tasting, a floral note and a bit of cedar. Still a good cigar, really good cigar. For half the price of like 20th anniversary, this is, like I said, one that I wouldn't feel as guilty buying and keeping for when I want to smoke a good Opus. It would be one of these that, you know, I would buy one of those 3-finger packs, because I know that if I want to smoke a good Opus, that I've already tried them and I know which one I like. Like, this is one that isn't super rare, breaks the bank, and can be good. I would choose this over the Lost City. I haven't smoked the Lost City, so I shouldn't say that kind of shit, but I mean, for my taste, I'm pretty sure from what I read and watched reviews on, like, this is more my tasting profile. But that's it, guys. Like I said, good cigar. If you like the video, please like, comment. I asked a question earlier whether if you guys paid double the price for a cigar that you really like, Or is it something that you feel is a regret, like, damn, I should have never bought it? Or do you credit that to the experience? Like, it's a good experience. Enjoy that cigar because of what it, to get to try it. Which is kind of like in my stage of my hobby, is trying different cigars, seeing which ones I like, seeing which ones mesh with my taste. And yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. All right, thank you.